What is happening? Welcome to another pitcher video breakdown. My name is Nick Pollack. Today we're going to talk about Justin Steele. So here's the thing: I was on vacation in California, but haven't been able to do these. Justin Steele might be the NL Cy Young winner this year. It's kind of wild. He's down to about like a 2.5 ERA, and he's had like this weird moment in August where his command was kind of a little bit worse, and he was getting by with it. And we're going to watch this entire game. I'm going to talk about him as we go here. So this is the eight. A little bit. Well, first you get the call, fine. You have another one over the plate, and if you notice, this is a bit like a cut fastball. It's not your typical four seamer. It's not your straight up like this. It feels to me like it's actually a cutter as opposed to a four seamer. And what we normally see from Justin Steele when he's killing it is you see what I call the seven, which is fastballs coming up here and then inside. And because of that cut action, it comes down into the zone for called strikes well. And batters don't know quite how to handle this high pitch. And then inside, it bites in on the handle, which is why Justin Steele is one of the better hard contact mitigators in the league. It's a really hard fastball to pick up. Then you have this slider that comes in. That used to be his best pitch, and arguably not this year. We're going to see more of it. So 0-2 here, you got to think it's a slider. I'm seeing it. And there's right down the middle. I mean, that's an 0-2 fastball at 93 down the middle. And keep in mind, he does change shape a little bit. Sometimes it's straighter, sometimes it's not. It does the same thing with the slider. Sometimes it's more gyro, sometimes it's more sweep to it. If you don't know gyro is called that way because it's like a football where you want a zero spin axis. So essentially it comes off and goes like this. And 0%, sorry, spin axis. Active spin is what I mean. Essentially, active spin is like the ball is going this way, and the spin is essentially pushing it this way, which means it's absolutely perpendicular. But that's what it means, and that means the ball goes down for a gyro slider, while the sweep is the one that actually goes in the direction of that spin. Does that make sense? Okay. So he got lucky there, pitched down the middle, landed into a glove. Okay, that happens. Tries to get some free real estate with a slider. Doesn't happen. Okay. He's getting that outside pitch. He's not actually trying to locate that. And there's a good slider. I mean, that's good. That's what you wanted the 0-2 in the previous one instead of that fastball. I don't know why you didn't throw it. He's way out in front of this. So that tells me kind of that he's selling for the fastball, which means I would still go off speed here. Just get out of the zone. So he does, because of his cut action, the pitch comes back over the plate a bit, and Estrada's like, oh man, that's going to get too much of the zone. And I do dig that. You're kind of going in and out here. And that does work. But I do have to mention that the Giants are not a good team, right? They are not a good offense. And being not a good offense means that you are going to, well, let guys like Justin Steele be a little bit better than they should, right? So keep that in mind for this. He's just, I don't know, it's not that good, y'all. That's it. It's just not that good. But that was a good pitch. Okay, that was a good pitch. Cutter upstairs doesn't get the swing. Okay, okay, misses outside. I mean, that's a good looking breaking ball. Flores, good job of resisting that one, right? And that's you can really see that. I mean, look at this one more time. Look, this is not a straight pitch. Like you can see that dip. You can see that coming back into the zone fine. Yep. I mean, you throw another fastball, right? There's a slider down the middle at 3-2. Down the middle in the 3-2 count. I say this often. Batters in 3-2 counts are essentially selling out for one of the two. Not I apologize. Not selling out. They are deciding which pitch do I want to be more prepared for? Because then what is the other pitch that I feel like if they throw that, I can fend off? Seeing a 3-2 slider down the middle that Flores fends off showcases to me that he's trying to hit the fastball, which means I would go with another slider here personally. And this is, I think, the other one down the middle, just so you guys get a sense of that. Yep. I would go for another because it means he's selling out for the fastball. And that's an easy take. And here's the thing: it's like, no, it's 3-2. You got to throw a fastball for a strike. How many times do I see this? 3-2 four seamers that miss for ball four, right? And it's just why not take the chance on the pitch that would actually get him out? But I can't because I got to throw a strike. Well, you didn't, and you walked him. Is that righty? So that's a good one inside there, and then after that, you throw the slider underneath, right? Yeah. That's a great pitch. That's really good at 83. You can also see 83 versus, like, sometimes he's, like, 86 on it. He does change the shape on those. I mean, that's 94 up. That's probably one of the more straight, version of that fastball. And there's a frozen one in the middle. Again, like, I don't know if he's trying to freeze him like that. The reaction from Haniger is like, "Oh, man, he froze him. It's amazing." It's like, I mean, hitting is hard. Don't get me wrong, guys, but you generally don't see that happening, right? It wasn't just so filthy of a slider versus all other sliders that worked. You know what I mean? He was guessing for something else, and that wasn't it. That's what happened. Like, it's not, you know, I really wanna get that through people's heads. Like, he threw that, goes, "Oh, no." He's like, "That is, oh, man, if he's looking for a slider, he crushes this," but he's trying to, like, backdoor it, it's he's happy he got away with it. Um, I mean, cool, you got that inside, but it's off the plate. Like, I'm watching this, like, there are guys that are just dominant, right? There are guys that just, like, you don't know what it is next, and you can feel that the batter has, like, this extra hyper focus because they're so on their heels and they're trying so hard to figure this out. And I don't know what it is about Steele, it works, but it's not debilitating. Like, it's just like, there's a fastball right there, swings right through it. And sometimes, I do hear the quote, "Batters will tell you how good a pitcher is," right? Like, how good is your pitch, the batter will get it. It is Joe Girardi. Uh, and I get that, I really do. Um, I just I mean, that's a good spot, but he's not trying to go there. Look where the glove is. Look where the glove is, and look where it lands. You know, I I feel like this pitch sums up Justin Steele to me, right? When I watch Justin Steele, I get a sense that this isn't always someone who's executing exactly what he wants to do, and he kind of gets away with it more than I would expect, and it doesn't feel overwhelming. It doesn't feel ridiculous. Because watch this. This is supposed to be a fastball that has cut action, as four seamer does. That's supposed to come in here, maybe jam them a bit, maybe freeze them a little bit more inside, swing over, that kind of thing. And where does it land? It lands up and away, barely inside the zone. And you're like, Nick, that's amazing. It's right at the top of the zone, and that's a strike or it's not. He has to swing and miss, sure. But that's not the intent. It's just weird. Okay, so you get that one, and then you come back inside. That's a hanging slider, and cool, he allows a base. I mean, that really you normally don't see actually a base hit on that one. It normally does clip the top of the zone, and, like, to get a swing on that's kind of weird, but they probably knew it was a slider early, and they just like, "Sure, we can still hit it. It's up there. It's easier for me to hit slower," and you just push to the right field. Um, I get that. I mean, yeah, that's in there. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's, like, right around the edge, but again, not where he's trying to get. He's just close enough to it, you know? Yeah, he misses that one. I mean, this has gotta be a slider, you know? Wow, he misses again terribly. Like, this is 3 straight pitches. He's trying to go inside here. Nope, misses. He's trying to go inside here. Nope, misses. He's trying to go inside here. Like, this is 3 pitches where Justin Steele does not make an adjustment and is opening his shoulder too quickly, and he gets rewarded for it. There's a fastball in there he has. This is, I think, the only lefty that we see for Steele, which is kind of interesting. You would think with his, skill set of having a slider focus that that would be good, but then again, because it's more of a cutter with his four-seamer, uh, a lot of times, like, lefty versus lefty is really good because you can get inside really easily and jam guys, and then you have the lefty and then the slider down and away, right? Uh, with Steele, and that's why actually he can go away with his fastball more than your typical lefty because it's cut action as opposed to coming back the other way. Uh, it's why also against righties he's a little bit better because it does come into the bat, and you can jam them inside. So I actually am curious how this one's gonna go here. And what do you do now? Fastball away? I mean, he's trying to get away and he keeps missing arm side, right? I mean, that's technically a strike, but this is because of that cut action. It's really hard to figure that out. And I get that. Oh, I mean, that's an interesting at bat and great. We're only gonna see like one more of those, maybe two. Man, I mean, that's not the worst first pitch, but oof. There's a I mean, I'm cool with that. I throw it underneath that, right? Yeah, that came back over, that's nice. I mean, think of that as like a backdoor sinker or so. That's hard to see. I get this one, and he was trying to do that one. That I give him props for this. This isn't a miss. They're trying to do a backdoor one, especially after the slider that came inside that has Slater really conscientious of that inside corner, and then having it start away and come back because that's what his fastball does. That's great. I mean, sure, it's like it's YM lock, which I don't generally like. I like higher or lower, but that's actually okay for trying to freeze because that's what the intention was there. That's fine. Hey, we got first pitch out here. We haven't seen many of these or any. All right. It's got enough cut action that'll happen. Okay. And that's a big, big cut and miss. I love that pitch. And some of you might be asking, wait, hold on a second, Nick. You grade Kyle Bradish negatively for having a cut fastball, right? One that cuts a little too much. You don't like that. Absolutely understand. I think Justin Steele gets more movement on his. And because of that, it's more of a cutter to me than it is a cut fastball that it is with Bradish. Like Bradish is too much in the zone of not doing enough either way, while Justin Steele's really does move. Um, and it does work out well for him. Yeah, I mean that's the first changeup we saw, and I mean it's not good. I mean, again, this is another at bat where it's like you're not you're not doing the game plan, you know? I mean, that's really I think that's the thing for me. As I'm watching this, I'm like, I don't know, like Justin Steele isn't just doing this on like on demand. He's just kind of chucking it in and it's working a lot. I mean, yeah, a good amount of them are hitting it, you know, but it's very like the strike zone plot of this game is just I think the joke I made was a Mario Party mini game where you have to fill in all the things, right? You just like stay inside the lines and like color it as fast as you can. He's everywhere. There you go. There's the slider that we haven't seen from the back foot one that actually lands there. Yeah, missing again. Like there's okay, so you got free real estate there. That's cool. But I mean, like every pitch I'm looking for, I'm like, all right, pretty much always be fastballs here or here. Like this is what you want to be doing if you're Steele. Anything that kind of like lands over here, I'm just like, that's not what he's trying to do, especially early in the count. This is a backdoor fastball here. Anything fastball lands low here, you're not trying to see. This one is probably trying to land over here instead of all the way here, but it does look like he goes. No, okay. Um, but I mean, that's really the game plan for Steele here. So again, that's a miss, right? He's not trying to miss over there. And if you want to say like Nick, it's just such a good fastball that like he can get away with that. I don't know if I agree with it. I think the Giants are just really bad. I mean, this is a 2-2 again, a slider that's really in the middle of the zone, right? Like that's in the middle. A lot of times that does not get swung through. Usually it's got to be lowered down or something for that, right? That's yeah, it's not a bad slider, but oftentimes we'd call that a mistake, especially in that high swing decision situation, right? So Like the results I think color our perception of it a lot. Like a lot of times we've seen like a 2-2 slider. It's oh you can't throw a 2-2 slider there. Of course that's going to be the home run. And that one's a whiff, and we like grade it differently. I'm like no PLV, our pitch quality metric that doesn't look at results. It looks at the actual qualities of the pitch and the count that they throw them in. That's not going to grade that pitch well. It's just not. Uh, I mean, you got another quick out here. Look at this. Is the two pitches? I mean, that was a quick one. I mean, that was fine. All right, so here we go. So this is the slider that we expected at 81. So more on the horizontal movement there instead of the gyro. That's 84. Um, didn't swing against, so now you got to establish the fastball. Yeah, and I mean, seeing a swing on that at 90 down because Yaz was looking for one right at this count here at 1-1. If you get this swing in a 1-1 count after seeing two sliders, right? That tells me that Yaz was looking for a fastball here, as he should have. I mean, I predicted that it would be a fastball. It's two sliders first, and with that information, though, I mean, I would imagine Yaz is now going back to a slider in his mind, so you can probably mess him up with a fastball upstairs. Yeah, he was looking that all the way through. So you go fastball now. Oh, that's a hanger. My gosh, like that's the kind of stuff that's like, geez, Steele, like you making mistakes here. You know, ah. That's another mistake too. I mean, no one is trying to do that. Anytime you see a front door breaker and there's another he's trying to get him out with a slider now, and it's kind of interesting because 'cause I've been calling for a fastball for like 4 pitches. Uh, Anytime it's this inside slider, like a front door, this is always a mistake. You never intentionally get this. You can get some called strikes like this, but anytime a batter is staying in on a breaking ball, anything inside like the inner half is going to get pulled. They actually stay in. And there's a fastball finally. And that's interesting at 91 getting a swing there. Yaz just doesn't know how much is going to come back to the plate, so I think he needs to swing at it. That's why he's doing it because he just hasn't seen it. I mean, it's just been so long. So I'm happy he went back to that. It's not dang time. We've got all right. We're getting through this. Uh, I'm gonna have to speed through this because I gotta run. Good. He got. I mean, those were fine. Like I mean, you guys understand, it's just 2 pitches. Is that an elite fastball? I don't buy that it is. Is the movement just that amazing? I mean, that's down and, he gives it a ride, and I feel like better offenses are gonna do better things to this. The Giants are, like, one of the worst lineups in the majors. I mean, okay, hold on a second. This is 2-0. What's the rule in 2-0, right? You look for 1 pitch, 1 spot, right? You're, like, looking for one specific thing. Generally, in a 2-0 pitch for the guy like Steele, should be a fastball. If you're expecting a 2-0 slider at this point, then you just then you let that go in. What's the pitch you drive the most, Flores? It's a fastball. Look for a fastball. I mean, I guess that's not where you're looking, but that seems pretty meaty. I mean, maybe you want it down here. Okay, you got it up here. Uh, you know. By the way, the chat, I'm watching this live on playback.tv/pitcher list. So if you want to come in and hang out and request players, that's a great way to do it. I Someone says, "Are we gonna get a rant when Steele wins the Cy Young?" Probably. I think right now it should be. I have a whole thing about that too. I mean, that's a good one. See, so I've talked about sliders and being like over here, and this one's a good one, especially I believe it's a 3-2 count. Yeah, this is a fantastic 3-2 pitch. This might be the best slider he's thrown all year, all game. This is really nice, not all year, but this is really sweet. I dig that one, and that's what you get Flores for not swinging at that 2-0 pitch. I mean, sure, free real estate and you get it out. Oh my gosh, Haniger, you can't do that. You can't do that, Haniger. You can't do that. I mean, that's twice. Like Haniger just cannot pick up that slider for whatever reason. He didn't swing at one before, and now he's feeling the slider. He's threw like 3 straight here. Just got some free real estate on it. Looks like, yeah, that's a really good, and then you go back to the slider now. Oh, you blew past the slider because you just swung and missed on that. I get that. This is down the middle. At 93, he did get amped up. Look at him. I mean, look at this. Uh, is that good of a fastball at 93? I guess so. But this is 0-2. Like, all right. I mean, you just power through it. But I feel like, I don't know, an 0-2 fastball there after you just got beat by one. Like, you're looking for a fastball there. I feel like that shouldn't have worked. Am I crazy? I mean, I'm sure you guys are gonna comment and be like, "Nick, you're just overlooking X, Y, and Z on the fastball. It grades this well." Oh my gosh, now you're getting help. Come on, you don't need it. I mean, that's a 2-0 fastball miss. We've seen a lot of behind in the count situations like 2-0 and stuff, haven't we? Now this is a okay, hold on. This is a 2-1, sorry, 2-1 pitch here. He's trying to get it inside. He misses away. He wants the pitch and he doesn't get it, but of course it's the backdoor thing. Okay, fine. He's not trying to go down. He's trying to go in the opposite space. I mean, that's a really good pitch, but he's not intending to do it. That's a okay. You know a slider yet or no? Yeah, tries to, and I will say the way that Davis is swinging this stuff is that he's defending to the slider. Right, so that means he's on the fastball. Yeah, and Steele is, like, not precise. Look, at the beginning of the year, Steele was really precise. Nice. He was really precise in the beginning of the year, and that's what got me more in on Justin Steele. And I feel like this is how he's been the past month. I mean, yeah, that's not a good pitch. This is where you don't wanna locate this. This is dropping the barrel, 101. That's easy for DeYoung, right? Hey, a good slide. This is yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see a 3rd time for Yaz. We got it. Oh, man, like, you're looking for the fastball. Alright, well, I mean, you go slider here. Yeah. Hey, good fend off by Yaz. This is why you gotta get these down. Up, you can actually reach it. Down, you can't. Commit in both ways. You gotta go slider down now. Get it down. Yeah. Beautiful. I mean, this may be a little too much in the zone to be a little nitpicky, but no, you got it down enough. Yeah, he was beat on the previous one. You throw it again. That's sweet. So, Justin Steele, obviously, I'm not gonna say that he's just absolutely terrible. Of course not. Like, no, I'm not trying to just be a hater or whatever it is. I just want to really reiterate, like, there's a difference between Justin Steele and I think a lot of aces in that what he does is not as overwhelming and precise as the others. And we see this. I generally call it a Vargas rule, where you see guys who don't really have that amazing approach or just stuff overall, and they're getting by with it. And it's just like, all right, there's maybe something a little bit extra that I'm missing and whatever, and we just kind of roll with it anyway. It's named after Jason Vargas, who is just in rhythm. But anytime I feel like it's weird when guys are having success and it just doesn't quite pass the eye test, especially when also breaks rules of like having 2 pitches and that's it, where neither of them are. I mean, you can make an argument that the four seamer is more elite than I'm giving it credit, but I wouldn't say the slider is elite. I mean, it's very good, but it's not like generally Spencer Strider. Slider is elite, four seamer is elite. So it's weird. It's very weird, and I mean, I love seeing pitchers have success. Don't get me wrong. This was the Giants being bad. This was also Justin Steele getting missing the spots, but missing in good locations a lot of the time, and not missing as much down the middle. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win the Cy Young, guys. I don't think he's gonna be able to pitch at this level for the rest of the month, at least results wise. But we'll see. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I won't look back on this and feel like an idiot. And everyone is going to say in the comments, like, stop this, Nick. You're the worst. But anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the entire thing. Watch on 2x speed. But that is it. So my name is Nick Pollack, and you're about too low in your strikeout time. Let me know who you want in the comments below. Justin Steele, I mean, all right.